Russia built a helicopter so deadly it can erase a tank column before the enemy even knows it is there. Another can lift 56 tons into the sky like gravity means nothing. And one of them flies with no tail rotor, using twin spinning blades that look almost unreal. You are about to see machines that should not exist. These are not normal helicopters. They are flying tanks, submarine hunters, troop carriers, and skyborne war machines. Each one is designed to dominate the battlefield from above. The sky becomes a weapon in their hands. Some of these beasts have been flying since the 1960s. Others are brand new and packed with tech that makes them nearly unstoppable. But all of them have the same purpose: pure combat power. The countdown begins now. We are ranking the top 10 most powerful helicopters in the Russian Air Force. From number 10 to number 1, every machine gets stronger and more dangerous. Do not blink, because when we reach number 1, you will understand why these helicopters are feared worldwide. This is not just a list. This is a breakdown of the machines that shaped modern combat from above. The countdown starts now. Starting at number 10 is the Kazan Ansat, a light utility helicopter built for training and medevac work. It first flew in 1999 and comes from the Kazan helicopter plant. It is not a gunship, but it is fast and agile. This is where every young pilot begins. The story starts small. The Ansat is where Russian helicopter pilots learn their skills. It is light, easy to control, and perfect for rescue missions. Many lives have been saved because this helicopter can reach places others cannot. Every pilot who flies Russia's deadliest machines starts here. The Ansat is 13.5 meters long and 3.31 meters tall. It weighs 3,600 kilograms and uses engines with 1,260 horsepower. It can hit 275 kilometers per hour and fly 515 kilometers. Strong numbers for a small machine. Think of it like the training wheels of Russian military aviation. It teaches, it rescues, and when needed, it can even carry a 12.7 millimeter machine gun for light defense. The Ansat may be the smallest helicopter on this list, but without it, Russia would have no pilots ready for the monsters that come next. This tiny frame carries the whole future. So if this is where pilots begin, what came before it? What helicopter has flown since the Cold War and still refuses to quit? The next one is a survivor that has been in the sky for more than 60 years. At number 9 is the Me-2, a light utility helicopter introduced in 1961. Built by the Moscow helicopter plant, this Cold War veteran is still flying today. It is one of the oldest machines in service, and one of the toughest. Its story refuses to end. The Me-2 flew during the height of the Soviet Union. It trained pilots, carried officers, and supported missions for more than 60 years. Most aircraft from 1961 sit in museums. The Mi-2 still lifts off every morning. The Mi-2 is 11.4 meters long and 3.75 meters tall. It weighs 3,550 kilograms and uses engines with 800 horsepower. It reaches 200 kilometers per hour and flies 440 kilometers. Small numbers, long legacy. It is like driving a 1960s Soviet Jeep that somehow still runs. Old, simple, and almost impossible to destroy. That is why it survives. The Mi-2 can use 23mm cannon pods, but its real weapon is its lifespan. It survived the Cold War, the collapse of the USSR, and every conflict since. Longevity is its strength. But if the Mi-2 is the veteran, what is the legend? What helicopter became the most recognized machine in Russian history? The next one is the backbone of Russia's entire fleet. At number 8 is the Me-8, the most famous helicopter in Russian history. NATO calls it the hip. Russia calls it the backbone of its air power. It has shaped the sky for more than 50 years. This is the icon. The Mi-8 is everywhere. It moves troops, hauls cargo, fires rockets, and rescues the wounded. If you have seen a Russian helicopter, it was probably this one. It is the workhorse of the nation. The Mi-8 is 18.44 meters long and 5.65 meters tall. It weighs 13,000 kilograms and uses engines with 3,900 horsepower. It reaches 250 kilometers per hour and flies 610 kilometers. Strong numbers for a transport built in the 1960s. It is like Russia's Black Hawk, but older, tougher, and used in almost every conflict zone on Earth. If the mission needs a helicopter, Russia sends a HIP. It never says no. The Mi-8 is not just a transport. With S-8 rocket pods, it becomes a real attack platform. This helicopter is a combat veteran. But what happens when the mission moves to the ocean? What flies from ships and hunts submarines far from land? The next helicopter is Russia's naval beast with a design unlike anything else. At number 7 is the Kamov Ka-27, Russia's main anti-submarine warfare helicopter. NATO calls it the Helix. Introduced in 1980, it works from destroyers and cruisers across the world. And unlike most helicopters, it has no tail rotor. Its shape tells you everything. The Ka-27 hunts submarines hiding deep under the ocean. It hovers over the water, drops sonar devices, and tracks targets no human can see. Then it attacks with torpedoes. This is naval warfare at its deadliest. The Ka-27 is 11.3 meters long and 5.4 meters tall. It weighs 12,000 kilograms and uses engines with 4,450 horsepower. It reaches 270 kilometers per hour and flies 980 kilometers. Long range, long reach. It works like a bloodhound that hunts underwater. Submarines think they are safe below the waves. The Ka-27 proves them wrong. Its coaxial rotor system gives it rare stability. It can land on ship decks in rough seas where normal helicopters fail. That is why the Navy depends on it. But what happens when you take the Mi-8 design and upgrade everything? Make it stronger, make it faster, make it better. The next helicopter became a global export king. At number 6 is the Mi-17, a modern upgrade of the Mi-8. It looks almost the same from far away, but it is faster, tougher, and more reliable. This is one of the most successful export helicopters ever built. Its reach is global. The Mi-17 is the hip that grew up. It kept what worked and fixed what failed. Countries chose it because it performs in heat, snow, and combat. It never quits. The Mi-17 is 18.17 meters long and 5.65 meters tall. It weighs 13,000 kilograms and uses engines with 3,900 horsepower. Top speed is 250 kilometers per hour with a 610 kilometer range. Think of it like turning a normal truck into a military machine. Same job, more power, more strength. That is why it flies in over 80 countries. It can carry S-8 rocket pods and has better avionics for high-altitude missions. This is the hip built for hard terrain. But what if you need transport and firepower at the same time? The next machine earned the name flying tank for a reason. At number 5 is the Mi-24, known as the Hind. Introduced in 1972, it changed what helicopters could be. It was built to attack and carry troops at the same time. No other helicopter was made like this. This was a new kind of threat. The Hind was designed to scare. Its armored cockpit, heavy weapons, and brutal shape made enemies run. Fear was part of its design. The Mi-24 is 16.78 meters long and 6.5 meters tall. It weighs 12,000 kilograms and uses 4,400 horsepower. Top speed is 310 kilometers per hour. Very fast for its size. Range is 460 kilometers. It is like a tank with rotors. It drops troops, then destroys armor with guided missiles. Its main weapon is the 9M120 missile, plus rockets and guns. Its armor survives hits that down other helicopters. This is a battlefield monster. But what happens when you remove the troop bay and build a pure attack machine? The next helicopter shows how far agility and firepower can go. At number 4 is the Kamov Ka-52 Alligator, one of Russia's most advanced attack helicopters. Introduced in 1996, it uses the Kamov coaxial rotor system. No tail rotor at all, just 2 counter-spinning blades above the cockpit. Its design is a warning. The Ka-52 is built for one job: destroying ground targets. It is agile, heavily armed, and hard to shake in a dogfight. Pilots sit side by side and plan attacks together. Every move is controlled. The Ka-52 is 14.2 meters long and 4.95 meters tall. It weighs 10,800 kilograms and uses engines with 4,800 horsepower. Top speed is 300 kilometers per hour with a 460 kilometer range. It works like a fighter jet that hovers. Its coaxial design keeps it stable for perfect aim. And once it locks on, the 30mm 2A42 cannon finishes the target. The Ka-52 is so agile it can perform rolls, loops, and sudden turns. It moves like nothing else in the sky. That agility makes it very hard to shoot down. But what happens when the mission is not firepower, but lifting massive cargo? What if you need to raise 56 tons into the air? The next machine is the largest helicopter ever built. At number 3 stands the Me-26, the largest helicopter ever built. NATO calls it the Halo, a name earned, not given. Introduced in 1977, this giant changed military transport forever. No American, European, or Chinese helicopter comes close to its size. The Mi-26 is not just big, it is unbelievable. It can lift armored vehicles, 90 soldiers, and cargo other helicopters cannot even move. When Russia must carry something huge, they send the Halo. The Mi-26 is 33.73 meters long and 8.15 meters tall. Its weight? 56,000 kilograms. A full 56 tons. Its engines produce 22,476 horsepower, giving it a 295 kilometers per hour speed and 1,952 kilometers range. It is like putting rotors on a cargo plane. It can lift tanks, trucks, even smaller helicopters. And here is the twist. The Mi-26 carries no weapons. Its true weapon is its cargo bay. When you need to move an army, missiles are useless. Lifting power wins. But Russia wanted something more modern, lighter, faster, and built for the next generation. A new helicopter was created, and it is already replacing the old legends. At number 2 stands the Mi-38, Russia's next-generation medium-lift transport. First flown in 2003, it was built to replace the old Mi-8 and Mi-17 fleets. It is faster, stronger, and designed for the future of military transport. The Mi-38 is the moment Russia said, it's time to modernize. Unlike the Mi-8's 3-person crew, the Mi-38 needs only 2 pilots thanks to its smart avionics. It is 19.95 meters long, 5.13 meters tall, and weighs 15,600 kilograms. Its engines push out 5,000 horsepower, giving it a 285 kilometers per hour top speed and 900 kilometers range. Think of it as upgrading from a 1990s truck to a brand new model with all the latest tech. Same mission, better results. Here's the twist. The Mi-38 uses composite materials, a glass cockpit, and modern systems that make it smoother, safer, and more efficient than anything before it. This is not an upgrade. It is a reboot of Russia's entire transport future. But transport is one thing, pure destruction is another. The next helicopter wasn't built to carry troops. It was built to hunt tanks in total darkness. At number 1 stands the Mi-28, known to NATO as the Havoc. This is Russia's deadliest attack helicopter. The pure gunship built to rival the American Apache. First flown in the late 1980s, the modern Mi-28N Night Hunter is the sharpest blade in Russia's air arsenal. The Mi-28 has one mission: destroy enemy armor. It flies low, fast, and silent, hunting tanks in rain, fog, or total darkness. When the Havoc locks on, the battle is already over. It is 17.01 meters long, 3.82 meters tall, and weighs 12,100 kilograms. Its engines push out 4,440 horsepower, giving it a 300 kilometers per hour top speed and 450 kilometer range. Think of it as a sniper rifle with rotors. It sees in the dark, fires from miles away, and escapes before the enemy even turns around. Its nose-mounted 30mm Shipanoff 2A-42 cannon shreds tanks and bunkers alike. Add anti-tank missiles, radar-guided rockets, and night vision systems, and nothing survives. This isn't just Russia's top helicopter. It is one of the deadliest attack platforms ever built. Russia uses many helicopters for many jobs. Some are small, some are huge, some are fast, some are deadly. Each one helps the Russian Air Force in a different way. 10 helicopters, 10 jobs. One strong fleet in the sky. Russia's helicopters are built for one main goal: winning battles from the sky. Some train new pilots, some hunt submarines, some carry troops, some lift tanks and heavy cargo, and some destroy enemy armor with one hit. You just saw the top 10 helicopters in the Russian Air Force. Each one has a job. Each one has a purpose. Each one adds power to the fleet. From number 10 to number 1, every helicopter showed a different kind of strength. If this list impressed you, hit like and subscribe. Share it with someone who loves military machines. and turn on notifications so you never miss the next ranking. Now I want to hear from you. Which helicopter surprised you the most? Was it the Mi-26 Giant, the Ka-52 Alligator, or the Me-28 Havoc? Tell me in the comments, and tell me which country's fleet we should rank next.